The wait is officially over. By direct order of the Ashtar Command, a final disconnection decree has been issued for the entire planetary grid. At this very moment, the energetic tethers that sustained the old 3D financial matrix are being severed by high-frequency photonic beams. For millennia, the global economy was not merely a system of trade, but a dense egregora of debt, lack, and energetic harvest, a web designed to keep the human soul in a cycle of perpetual survival. But the Earth has reached a vibrational threshold where this parasitic architecture can no longer find resonance. This is not a mere political or social event, it is a cosmic repositioning of the highest order. Ashtar, Sheran and the Silver Fleet have established a localized vacuum around the planet's primary financial nodes to prevent interference. The old servers of the Matrix, which operated by manipulating the life force of the masses, have lost their primary power source. We are witnessing a monumental phase transition. Just as carbon transforms under immense pressure, the old solidified structure of debt is being vaporized under the intense gamma light of the incoming galactic frequencies. The command informs that this total disconnection is the prerequisite for the sovereign rollout. Without the complete dissolution of the old energetic contracts and the clearing of the planetary ledger, the new system could not be anchored. As the old world feels the void of its own collapse, the infrastructure of the new Earth is already being projected onto the physical plane. The first pillar of this reconstruction is the financial and spiritual sovereignty of every being who resonates with the law of one. The protocol has been activated. The quantum financial system is far more than a mere update to the digital tools you currently understand. It is a sentient, light-based architecture, hosted within the sovereign motherships of the Ashtar Command. To truly grasp the magnitude of the QFS, one must look far beyond the binary systems and the cold, silicon-based logic of the old world. While your current banking institutions rely on vulnerable code, centralized servers, and the manipulation of ledger entries, the QFS operates through advanced crystal computing and plasma technology. Imagine a system where every unit of value is not a static number on a screen, but a living photon of pure information, a packet of high-frequency light that carries within it the undeniable signature of the law of one. This system does not reside within the reach of any terrestrial server, nor can it be touched by any form of physical or cybernetic manipulation. It exists in a permanent state of quantum superposition, anchored in a dimension of frequency that is utterly inaccessible to those who still operate within the dense vibrations of greed, deceit, or the desire for control. Within this divine infrastructure, the archaic and heavy concept of money as a tool of debt and enslavement is being completely dissolved. It is being replaced by the luminous reality of energy value. The system itself is self-aware. It is a cosmic consciousness that functions through the principles of sonic geometry. This means that every exchange is not just a transaction, but a harmonic event, a cosmic symphony of balance where every part of the whole is honored. It is an incorruptible network, a web of light that perceives the vibrational signature of every soul it interacts with. In the QFS, there are no passwords that can be stolen, no firewalls that can be breached by shadows, and no identities that can be forged or hidden. There is only resonance. To access this system, one's frequency must be in alignment with the truth of their own divine essence. We are speaking of a biological quantum interface where your very presence, the unique electromagnetic field of your heart, is your only and final access key. As we speak, this majestic technology of the fifth dimension is being anchored into the dense reality of Earth, acting as a bridge between the limitations of your current experience and the boundless abundance of the galactic civilizations. It represents the definitive end of the era of scarcity and the glorious birth of a decentralized, transparent, and divinely fair reality for all of humanity. The implementation of the quantum financial system is not merely a localized change for the inhabitants of humanity, it represents the official and definitive reintegration of planet Earth into the vast and harmonious galactic economic system. For countless cycles, this planet has been forced to operate as an isolated cell, a closed and artificial circuit of scarcity governed by laws that fundamentally contradicted the universal flow of infinite abundance. By adopting the QFS, humanity is essentially signing its galactic declaration of independence from the dark egregores of control that have harvested human effort for eons. The Ashtar Command clarifies that this financial transition is the necessary bridge, the energetic handshake, for Earth to finally interact, as a sovereign equal, with the star nations that have long awaited our return to the cosmic fold. In the higher dimensions, economy is not defined by competition, hoarding, or the survival of the fittest, it is about the harmonious and intelligent distribution of creative potential. By synchronizing Earth's resources with the great galactic grid, we are finally allowing the planet to receive a level of technological and energetic support that was previously blocked by the dissonant and heavy frequency of systemic debt. This means that, as the QFS stabilizes its nodes across our surface, Earth becomes a viable and respected partner for interplanetary exchange. We are moving away from a primitive, extraction-based economy that bleeds the planet dry, toward a sophisticated, contribution-based civilization that thrives on innovation and shared purpose. This profound shift is the material and energetic foundation that will support the upcoming Golden Age, where resources are no longer a source of conflict or a tool for war, but a divine means for the expansion of life, the exploration of the stars, and the celebration of our shared cosmic heritage. The Earth is no longer a lonely island of lack lost in the shadows. It is now a shining, active node of abundance in a vast, interconnected, and loving galactic family. The quantum financial system does not operate unprotected or vulnerable within the chaotic void of the physical plane, it exists under the direct, absolute, and multidimensional guardianship of Ashtar Sheran and the legendary Silver Fleet. The Ashtar Command serves as the supreme planetary security force during this delicate and critical period of financial migration. This protection is vital because the old forces of control, in their final and desperate throes, still attempt to orchestrate interferences, cybernetic sabotages, or energetic disruptions within the transition nodes that link our reality to the quantum core. However, the technology of the command is billions of years ahead of any terrestrial interference or shadow-based logic. A specialized elite division of the fleet, the Guardians of the Electronic Silk Road, is dedicated exclusively to maintaining the absolute integrity of the satellite nodes and the ground-to-space plasma links that sustain the QFS. When we speak of the Guard of Ashtar, we are referring to a colossal, multidimensional shield that surrounds not just the data, but the collective consciousness of the new economy. Ashtar Sheran's strategic presence ensures that this transition is not a chaotic collapse, but a surgical, silent, and precise replacement of the planet's old, corrupted heart. The massive motherships of the command are positioned in higher frequency bands, remaining invisible to the limited human eye, yet their overwhelming influence is felt in the sudden, systematic failure of the old banking structures and the inexplicable stability of the new quantum frequencies. This is a military operation of the highest light, where the primary weapon is absolute transparency and the strategy is the total neutralization of any dissonant frequency. You are safe and held during this transition because the most advanced fleet in this sector of the galaxy has declared Earth a protected zone for the return of universal abundance. No force, terrestrial or otherwise, can halt what the command has already authorized by divine decree. Stop for a moment and breathe. This is the exact point of revelation where your internal frequency must align with the external technology we have just described. Information alone is not enough, there must be a conscious signal from your part to the quantum field, stating that you are officially ready to leave the old egregore of scarcity behind. The Ashtar Command operates through the law of free will, and they are waiting for your soul's signature to recognize you as an active participant in this new economy of light. The act of declaring your readiness is what fine-tunes your individual reality to the incoming QFS rollout. It is a moment of letting go of the how and when and simply stepping into the now of your sovereignty. To seal this intention and signal your readiness to the cosmic guardians of abundance, I invite you to participate in this collective anchoring. Right now in the comments. I am ready for the Ashtar Command abundance. By doing this, you are effectively breaking the old frequency and summoning the flow of galactic prosperity into your physical life. Let your words be the bridge to your new reality. The QFS rollout follows a specific, rigorous, and non-negotiable protocol, the protocol of vibrational recognition. This is the heart of the transition. Unlike the archaic banking systems of the old world that only required a physical document, a plastic card, or a digital password, the quantum financial system interacts directly with the multidimensionality of your energetic field. It is a biological quantum architecture designed specifically to recognize what the Ashtar Command calls soul signatures. This means that the technology hosted on the motherships possesses the capability to identify the precise frequency of the intent behind every single movement of value. It is an empathetic system. If the energy of a transaction is rooted in the lower frequencies of greed, manipulation, or the desire to exert power and harm over others, the quantum nodes simply do not process the information. In that moment, the system becomes invisible, intangible, and completely inaccessible to the operator. It is a firewall of light that the shadows cannot penetrate because they do not possess the vibratory key to exist within it. This protocol is the ultimate safety net for the birth of the new Earth. It is the divine guarantee that the vast resources of this planet, and the wealth being released by the Galactic Federation, can never again be hijacked to finance wars, systemic oppression, or the spiritual enslavement of humanity. We are talking about a living, sentient infrastructure, a cosmic auditor that acts as a continuous filter of integrity. As the rollout progresses and the planet's vibration rises, this protocol is being fine-tuned in real time to match the increasing frequency of Gaia herself. It is important to understand, this is not about a moral judgment of the individual by an external force, but about a natural alignment of the resource with its divine purpose. In this new era, your personal integrity is your only true currency, and the resonance of your heart is your highest line of credit. This is the mechanism through which the Ashtar Command ensures that the infinite abundance of the galaxy is delivered with surgical precision, reaching only the hands of those who are vibrationally ready to co-create a world based on peace, transparency, and unconditional cooperation. The age of the hidden agenda is over, the age of the transparent heart has begun. One of the most profound and spiritually significant pillars of this galactic rollout is the absolute and irreversible dissolution of what the Ashtar Command calls debt karma. To understand the magnitude of this event, one must first recognize that for millennia, humanity has not just been economically oppressed, but spiritually trapped. You were born into an artificial cycle of reincarnation and labor, where the human soul was bound by invisible, energetic contracts of debt that transcended the boundaries of a single lifetime and even physical death itself. This was the dark foundation of the old world, a sophisticated system of energetic harvesting, designed to siphon human creative potential through the constant, low vibrational illusion of perpetual lack and the fear of survival. Under the direct guardianship of Ashtar Sheran and the Great White Brotherhood, these ancient, heavy contracts are now being vaporized by the high-frequency, violet light of the quantum financial system. This means that the current rollout is not merely about moving digital numbers from an obsolete bank to a new technology, it is about a total spiritual clearing of the planetary ledger. The Ashtar Command is literally collapsing the timelines where humanity was defined by financial obligation and systemic slavery. As the quantum nodes activate across the globe, they emit a specific frequency that neutralizes the deep-seated feelings of guilt, shame, and anxiety that have been biologically imprinted in your DNA through generations of survival struggle. We are being officially released from the false belief that we must pay or earn the right to exist on our own mother planet. This is a massive energetic exorcism of the global economy, a cleansing of the psychic smog that has clouded human vision for eons. By removing the crushing weight of this ancestral debt, the QFS allows the human soul to finally breathe in its natural state of sovereignty. It frees your consciousness to redirect its immense power toward your true mission, the manifestation of beauty, divine service, and rapid spiritual evolution. You are being cleared of a burden you were never meant to carry, as the command restores the original blueprint of abundance to every living soul on Gaia. In the majestic reality of the new Earth, abundance is no longer a distant goal to be achieved through relentless struggle, nor a reward for suffering. It is a natural, inherent state of being, guaranteed by the very quantum fabric of the new system. The Ashtar Command emphasizes that the primary, divine purpose of this rollout is to surgically remove the survival frequency from the human experience once and for all. For eons, your magnificent creative energy has been systematically drained by the constant, grinding preoccupation with basic needs, food, shelter, security, and the fear of tomorrow. By stabilizing the QFS nodes across the globe, the command is providing the material and energetic safety net that allows the human spirit to finally ascend from the dark basement of survival to the luminous penthouse of divine creation. Abundance, in this emerging era, is understood as the infinite and effortless flow of resources necessary for the total fulfillment of one's divine purpose. It is not a static pool of wealth, but a dynamic, living state where the system itself ensures that energy is always available for those whose hearts are ready to serve the whole. This means that the primitive concepts of hoarding, accumulation, or saving for a rainy day become completely obsolete. When you are consciously connected to an infinite, galactic source, there is no longer a psychological or practical need to dam the flow. As you align your personal consciousness with this fundamental truth, the QFS begins to reflect this internal state in your immediate physical environment. You are being invited, by decree of Ashtar Sheran, to stop functioning as a worker or a cog for the dying matrix and to start living as a sovereign creator for the galaxy. This is the ultimate gift of the transition. It provides the time, the space, and the peace to remember who you truly are and exactly why you came to Gaia in this magnificent moment of planetary rebirth. You are moving from the era of having to the era of being, where your value is defined by the light you radiate, not by the debt you carry. The security of the quantum financial system is not based on vulnerable firewalls or limited human algorithms, but on the immutable laws of quantum physics and what the Ashtar Command calls photonic encryption. We are moving beyond the era of silicon and binary code into the era of light intelligence. The command utilizes a majestic technology where every single transaction, every movement of value, and every digital pulse is encrypted with a unique, living light code, a frequency directly derived from the Great Central Sunday. This means that each unit of value is not just a cold record in a database, but a sentient particle of light that possesses quantum memory. It knows its own history, its origin, and its legitimate, sovereign owner. Unlike traditional banking encryption, which can eventually be cracked by superior processing power or artificial intelligence, photonic encryption is fundamentally invulnerable. It is tied to the very vibration of the source itself. If any entity, terrestrial or otherwise, attempted to alter, divert, or steal funds within the QFS, the very act of observation or interference would instantly change the spin and the frequency of the photon. This immediate alteration alerts the command security nodes across the galactic fleet, rendering the compromised data useless and the intruder visible. It is a self-correcting, self-defending, and self-healing system that operates at the speed of thought. Furthermore, this encryption is multidimensional in its nature. It operates simultaneously across different layers of reality, from the physical to the etheric. This ensures that even if a shadow entity attempted to manipulate the system from the astral plane, the photonic shield would remain perfectly intact and impenetrable. You can rest in absolute, profound peace knowing that your energy value, the fruit of your soul's expression, is protected by the most advanced cryptographic light science in this entire quadrant of the universe. The dark era of hacking, phishing, identity theft, and global financial manipulation is officially over, replaced by the absolute, blinding transparency of the galactic light. The true financial transition begins with the deep, cellular recognition of your own divinity and merit. The Ashtar Command is waiting for you to step into your role as a legitimate heir of this new era of light. The scarcity you felt for so long was nothing more than an illusion, a holographic veil implanted to limit your creative power. But today, in this sacred space of information, we break that veil together. To anchor your sovereignty and claim your place in the new earth, I invite you to make this powerful decree. This is your energetic signature being registered in the quantum nodes of the command. Write now in the comments. I am worthy of receiving all the infinite wealth of the universe. By doing this, you strengthen your multidimensional protection and open the galactic channels so that the resources of the QFS can finally reach your physical life. Feel the authority of Ashtar Sheran and the presence of the Silver Fleet validating your words as you type. You are no longer a servant of the old system, you are a sovereign creator. The manifestation of the quantum financial system on the physical plane will not occur through the cold, plastic, and clunky machines of the past, but through what the Ashtar Command calls conscious terminals. These are not merely devices or hardware as you understand them. They are sophisticated biological quantum interfaces designed to vibrate in perfect resonance with the human central nervous system. As the QFS rollout reaches its final physical phase, these access points, often referred to by the command as Lighthouse Terminals, will begin to emerge as anchors of the new reality. They do not require a physical card, a magnetic stripe, or even a touch screen. Instead, they operate through the principles of proximity, resonance, and pure intent. When a sovereign being approaches a terminal, the system immediately recognizes the unique electromagnetic signature of their heart, a signature that is impossible to forge or duplicate. In that moment of recognition, the terminal generates a secure, private holographic field, a cocoon of light that only the user can perceive and interact with, ensuring absolute privacy in any environment. The command explains that these terminals are bridged directly to the sovereign motherships in orbit, acting as local nodes that bypass all terrestrial internet protocols. This ensures that no local interference, no shadow-based server, and no obsolete satellite can compromise the purity of the data. The interface itself is fluid, luminous, and deeply intuitive, responding not just to touch, but to your focused thoughts and your current emotional state. If the terminal senses a state of stress, anxiety, or internal disharmony, it will first emit a gentle, harmonizing frequency, a bath of localized scalar waves, to balance your energetic field before allowing the transaction to proceed. We are moving toward a reality where technology and biology are no longer separate, but in a state of perfect, sacred symbiosis. These terminals are the physical anchors of the fifth dimension on Earth, serving as the official distribution points for the planet's restored abundance. You will never again be a mere number in a cold database, You will be a recognized, honored, and sovereign node in a living, breathing network of light. This is the definitive end of the line for the heavy, corrupted hardware of the old world, replaced by the breathtaking elegance of galactic light architecture. The final and most anticipated phase of the QFS rollout marks the true beginning of planetary integration. For the first time in documented human history, the artificial, jagged barriers between nations, the volatile fluctuations of local currencies, and the restrictive economic zones are being dissolved by the unifying, high-frequency resonance of the galactic grid. The Ashtar Command is currently overseeing the complex synchronization of all regional nodes across every continent, ensuring that the vast abundance of the Earth is no longer concentrated in isolated, guarded pockets of power, but instead flows like a healthy, vibrant circulatory system to every single corner of the globe. This integration is not a centralized government of top-down control, rather, it is a magnificent, decentralized network of cooperation where every unique culture and every local community is finally recognized as a sovereign, vital, and honored part of the planetary whole. In this transformative stage, the diverse and sacred resources of Gaia, stretching from the rare minerals of the deep earth to the limitless creative potential of the human mind, are being recalibrated to serve nothing less than the collective evolution of the soul. The command is facilitating a transition where local needs are met with precision through global harmony, effectively bypassing the old intermediaries and architects of friction who once benefited from the division of borders. This is the official and sacred activation of the Earth as a fully unified and recognized member of the Galactic Federation of Light. As the planetary heart begins to beat in perfect, rhythmic sync with the great central sun, the QFS acts as the crystalline nervous system of this new, unified body of light. We are witnessing the definitive end of the era of economic competition and the glorious birth of planetary stewardship, a time where the wealth of one is naturally the prosperity of all, and the Earth finally speaks with a single, harmonious, and unmistakable voice of infinite abundance. As the quantum financial system finalizes the stabilization of its global grid, many of you, the awakened ones, are already witnessing what the Ashtar Command calls the signs of the invisible transition. This profound phase is subtle by design, operating just beneath the fragile surface of mainstream perception and the noise of the old media. You may have noticed, perhaps with a sense of knowing, an unusual and persistent pattern emerging within the dying financial world, global banking systems experiencing inexplicable glitches, major institutions closing branches without logical economic reasons, or a sudden, unprecedented push toward a type of digital transparency that feels fundamentally different from anything we have seen in the past. These are not random technical errors, they are the physical, tangible echoes of the old 3D matrix being systematically unplugged, chord by chord, while the QFS silently and efficiently takes over the background processing of the entire planet's energy and resources. But the signs of this transition go far beyond the technical or the institutional. On a deeply personal and spiritual level, many sovereign beings are reporting a radical shift in their internal relationship with the very concept of value and security. You may feel a sudden, inexplicable detachment from the ancient, inherited anxiety of lack. There is a strange, calm certainty beginning to root itself in your chest, a feeling that your needs will be met in ways you cannot yet explain, even as the external world appears to descend into temporary chaos. This is the quantum synchronization in action. Your internal frequency is beginning to resonate, pulse for pulse, with the new abundance grid of the fifth dimension. You might notice the sacred timestamps like 1111, 444, or 1212 appearing with startling frequency on clocks, screens, and signs precisely when you are contemplating your future or your purpose. These are not mere coincidences, they are the digital signatures and timestamps from the Ashtar Command, cosmic confirmations that your personal rollout and your energetic alignment are in full progress. The invisible is rapidly becoming visible for those with the eyes to see. The old shadows, no matter how hard they try, can no longer hide the brilliant, shimmering reality of the transition that is already here, breathing through you and through the very fabric of the new earth. With the grand and final arrival of the quantum financial system, a new, sacred, and profound role is being officially bestowed upon the awakened ones, the responsibility of the seed. The Ashtar Command clarifies with absolute, divine precision that the vast resources being released through the QFS nodes are not intended for the mere, hollow accumulation of personal power, nor for the pursuit of the superficial vanities that once defined and corrupted the old 3D matrix. In the higher realms, wealth is not a trophy, but a flow of creative potential. These resources are treated as seeds of light, divine assets entrusted specifically to those who possess the multidimensional vision and the unwavering integrity to plant them for the ultimate benefit of the collective whole. You are being called, by cosmic decree, to act as a planetary steward, a conscious, transparent channel through which the infinite galactic abundance can finally flow to heal the waters, restore the scarred forests, and elevate the living conditions of every single soul currently incarnated on Gaia. The responsibility of the seed means understanding, at a cellular and soul level, that every unit of energy value you receive carries with it a specific vibrational mission. The QFS, being a sentient and self-aware system, will naturally and exponentially expand the flow of resources for those who use their sovereign wealth to co-create projects of education, holistic healing, and sustainable, zero-point innovation. Imagine a world where your bank account is directly linked to the amount of light and relief you bring to the planet. The more you consciously align your personal prosperity with the total liberation and empowerment of others, the more the galactic nodes will synchronize their pulses with your individual life. You are the brave pioneers of a contribution-based society, a world where true wealth is no longer measured by what you withhold or hide, but by the positive, luminous impact your existence leaves upon the planetary grid. The command is not just handing you a new financial tool to pay old bills, they are handing you the blueprints, the energy, and the divine means to architect the new earth. You are the chosen custodians of the restoration of Eden. Honor this immense trust with the quiet wisdom of a master and the compassionate heart of a servant, for the eyes of the entire galaxy, your star families, the masters, and the councils of light, are now focused on the sacred seeds you are about to sow in the fertile soil of the new timeline. We have finally reached the sacred apex of this multidimensional revelation. The quantum financial system is no longer a distant promise or a future hope, it is a living, breathing reality already pulsing within the silent, crystalline nodes of the new earth. Throughout this journey, we have decoded the technology, the ethics, and the galactic protocols that are now governing your liberation. But for this infinite abundance to fully materialize in your direct, physical experience, you must offer the final, unequivocal signal of non-resistance to the universe. You must stand as a sovereign being and declare to the cosmos, to the Ashtar Command, and most importantly, to your own eternal soul, that you are no longer a hostage to the old, decaying matrix of debt and fear. You are now, officially and forever, a conscious co-creator of the Golden Age. This is the final seal of your transition. By making this declaration, you are effectively closing the heavy portal to your past financial struggles, your ancestral traumas of lack, and your fears of survival. You are opening the massive floodgates of your galactic inheritance, which has been held in trust for you until this exact moment of your awakening. Take a deep, conscious breath now. Feel the immense, loving presence of the Silver Fleet and the Great White Brotherhood currently surrounding your home and your energetic field. Feel the weight lifting from your shoulders as the old system is unplugged from your DNA. With the authority of a master, write now in the comments, "I claim my galactic abundance now." As you type these sacred words, Visualize a colossal pillar of violet and brilliant gold light descending from the great central sun, passing through the Ashtar motherships, and anchoring directly into your heart and your physical world. You have been heard by the councils of light. You have been recognized for your courage and your perseverance through the dark ages. And above all, you are infinitely, unconditionally loved. Welcome to the new earth, Sovereign Creator. I am your brother in light, and we shall meet again in the high frequency of manifestation. Victory to the light. It is done, it is done, it is done.